Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news. The other day, we reported to you that 3 Florida kids killed 3 other Florida kids while they were trying to purchase a gun. Well, after all of the kids were apprehended, the sheriff in charge of the case went on News Nation to speak to Chris Cuomo. And while he was there, they started talking about gun control and why you can't take these guns out of these kids' hands. Check out what the sheriff had to say.
As we know, crime is complicated, and why this happened is complicated. But we also know that we do very little to stop it in any way. And I mean that as a gun owner, across the board, how we educate the kid, how we deal with consequences for kids, how we deal with opportunities for kids, how we deal with avenues to dignity for kids, and how we deal with how our society addresses how people store their weapons, how easily you can get them, where illegal firearms come from, how they're sold. I think we should be addressing all of it. Why would you be closed off to anything that might make you have to do this one less time?
Because here's the thing. There's this precious little piece of paper that sits in Washington, D.C. It's called the Constitution of the United States. And our founding fathers put the Second Amendment in there for a clear reason. And I get the argument. You know, people talk about their kids dying. But there was a specific reason. And if we as a society think that we cannot be, that time will not repeat itself, you're foolish.
Look, for everybody who fell asleep during U.S. history class, the Second Amendment of the Constitution was put into the Constitution because the colonists who just got finished fighting for their independence from Great Britain were scared that a tyrannical government might come into place. So they wanted to make sure that the people could form a militia, which is an army, in case that happened. However, back then, when they put the Second Amendment into the Constitution, they were talking about people who were shooting muskets. They were not dealing with a society of people who were running around with AR-15s shooting up churches, schools, and grocery stores. So with that being said, I support the Second Amendment, but I also support restrictions such as background checks and a wait time to get your gun. Because nobody needs an AR-15 like in the next 15 minutes. And if you need an AR-15 in like the next 15 minutes, most likely something's up. Do you guys understand that it's easier to get a gun in the United States than it is to get a library card? I mean, they make it hard for us to read, but easy for us to shoot. Listen, let me know what you think about the sheriff. Should people be allowed to get guns without any restrictions? And while we're talking about gun control, the other day Tennessee lawmaker Justin Parson made headlines after being expelled from the legislature along with 2 other reps for speaking on a bullhorn and giving an MLK-esque speech at a gun control rally. Now, after a unanimous vote by the local commission, Parson has been reinstated. However, he may have a new foe to fight because Tareeq Nashid is questioning this brother's agenda and calling him out for having what he calls a performative afro and a soft black power fist. Check out what Tareeq had to say.
Now this guy, his background is kind of questionable. He got the whole performative afro. Hold on. This is the Justin Parson guy. It looks too, he's trying too hard to black it up. You see what I'm saying? And yeah. And he right here has on a dashiki and the dashiki with the afro and yeah. And this is him without the afro. Where's this picture? This is him from a couple of years back. And guys, I don't know about y'all. Some of these pictures, hold on. When you look at some of these pictures, I don't know what you think, but I smell something. Hold on. Yeah, y'all look at these pictures. I hate to say I smell some bussy juice. No, I don't smell Jollof, I smell bussy juice. To be honest, I'm not trying to be mean-spirited. But some of these pictures, the way he holding that fist up, yeah, the way he holding up that fist, is, look a little dainty. All right. You see what I'm going with it? He's holding that fist up a little dainty. All right, yeah, right here. I smell some bussy sauce in the room. No disrespect. He holding that fist up. That's how Jussie Smollett was holding that fist up. He holding that fist up just a little dainty. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm just saying, guys. The wrist looks a little limp. I'm just saying that. All right. No disrespect, but I think there's another agenda he might try to usher in.
Listen, what is Tareeq doing? Okay? Alright, I admit, it's not the strongest Black Power fist I've ever seen, and it doesn't carry the same oomph of like the two black guys who raised their fists during the Olympics in 1968. But I mean, let's cut this dude some slack, because I don't think that it's fair to judge him based on his afro or the strength of his Black Power fist. I think that we should be judging him based on his work. Listen, let me know what you think about Tareeq Nashid calling out Justin Pearson for what he calls having a performative afro and a dainty Black Power fist. Let me know in the comments. And while you're down there making a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And check it, we just hit over 20,000 subscribers, and I mean, that is amazing. But I can't take the credit for that, because those numbers are because of you. So I just want to take a second to say thank you to all of the people who've been rocking with the channel. We appreciate you, we're praying for you, and we got mad love for you. Now check it out. Dababy has found himself in legal trouble once again over a 2020 assault case that is now in a civil court. According to reports, Gary Prager is suing Dababy for an undisclosed amount of money because he claims that Dababy viciously assaulted him during a video shoot. According to Prager, he allowed Dababy to use his house in California for a video shoot, and Dababy was only supposed to show up with like 12 people, but instead, Dababy descended on his house with like 40 people. Oh my goodness, people, do you see what's happening here? Dababy brought more people than he was supposed to bring. Well, anyways, Prager alleges that when he walked up to Dababy to talk about the fact that he was breaking the contract, Dababy punched him in the face and knocked out his teeth. Now, to be fair, Dababy says that things went down a little different. Dababy says that Prager rolled up on him mad aggressive, called him the N-word, and then that's when ish went down. Okay, so now that we're all caught up to speed, now Prager is alleging that Dababy is withholding video evidence that will prove that he's guilty. Prager and his legal team told the court that Dababy is in possession of photos and videos that show the alleged assault, and they also said that they demanded that Dababy and his legal team turn over the crucial evidence, but that they have refused to comply with their demands because Dababy has also been charged criminally with felony battery with regard to this matter, and they claim that Dababy's legal team is scared that if the evidence comes out, it's going to jeopardize the criminal case that's still pending in the courts. Listen, what's Dababy, like 30-0 when it comes to court cases? I would be very shocked if his attorneys dropped the ball on this one. So I actually think that Dababy is going to walk away from this one scot-free. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that Dababy is hiding that evidence? And do you think that Dababy's going to beat the case? Now, check it out. By now you've all heard that actor Jamie Foxx has been hospitalized for undisclosed reasons. We don't know what it is, but we do know that it was serious enough for his family to come in town. So I just want to take a moment to ask everybody to pray for Jamie and to pray for a speedy recovery. Now, let me tell you this. The other day, Jadakiss sat down on Sway in the Morning, and during their discussion, he revealed that he's scared of horror movies, and he's had a horror movie phobia ever since he was a young boy growing up as an only child in Yonkers back in the day. Jadakiss said, quote, "I'm absolutely scared of horror films. Besides my name being Jason, I want nothing to do with horror films. I'm scared to death. I hate horror films. I'm an only child, so I grew up by myself. I would be at my cousin's crib, or we'd be going to the movies, and I gotta go home alone. They got siblings, they good. I'm here, I'm seeing Michael Myers, I'm hearing the closets are shaking. My moms don't come home till 12. I had one of them kind of bad experiences with scary movies. End quote. Jadakiss went on to say that one of the things that helps him overcome his phobia and nightmares is that he watches the movies with a different soundtrack, or he just watches them on mute. Jadakiss went on to say, quote, once I wasn't able to get them out my mind, but now the cool thing with a horror flick, if you turn the sound off, it's really a comedy. Turn the music off, it's not scary. You put your own soundtrack to it, and it really won't affect you too much. Them eerie horns, pianos, and strings, and all of that stuff really stays with you. I ain't a fan of horror flicks. End quote. Listen, I'm not really scared of horror flicks, but I must say, there have been a few that really got to me. Like, I remember the first time I watched Candyman. I mean, I was scared out of my mind, because the idea of a black dude in a very dirty fur coat running around the projects was like a little too real for me. And I was like, wait a minute, this dude is out there. And I remember, right after me and my friends watched the movie at my crib, my mom's was like, take out the garbage. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing it alone. So I made everybody come with me. I got a flashlight, and we were outside tiptoeing in the dark like we were the crew from Scooby-Doo just to take out the trash. But aside from that, I haven't seen a really scary movie in a really long time. I mean, I don't like the gore, you know what I'm saying? Those are the movies that I don't like. But like a regular horror movie, I can take pretty well. But like I said, I haven't really seen a really scary movie in a really long time. Look, let me know in the comments, what's the scariest movie you've ever seen? And is your boy Jadakiss right? If you change the soundtrack, does it make it less scary? Now, let's see what else we got. Okay, so you remember how Cameron showed everybody how to coordinate when he came out with the pink fur, with the pink headband, with the pink Nokia flip phone to match? I mean, Cameron stepped out looking like the Black Pink Panther. Well, Cameron has been profiting off of the merch that he sells with that iconic pink image on it for years. And that merch includes, but is not limited to, shower curtains, socks, beach towels, jewelry, hoodies, and bikinis. Hold on, wait, I can't even go on with this story until I know something. Who in the world has a Cameron shower curtain? Okay, I just had to get that out. Well, anyway, the person who took the original photograph is now suing Cameron for copyright infringement. On Tuesday, photographer Jamila Rosa Cochran filed a lawsuit against Cameron Giles, aka Cameron, and Dipset Couture, LLC, for copyright infringement. According to court documents, Cochran claims that she owns the copyright to the image that Cam has been using to make money off of, and she wants him to stop using her photo. And she's also seeking damages, including all of the profits from Cameron that he made off of the merch using the photo. Now, the papers that were filed in the court state, quote, defendant Dipset Couture, LLC, without permission or authorization from plaintiff, actively copied and displayed the photograph on the website as part of various product listings, and engaged in this misconduct knowingly and in violation of the United States copyright laws. Getty Images notified defendants of their infringing activities by mail and email on multiple occasions. Despite those notifications, defendants continued to sell merchandise and continued to display the photograph on website and accounts. End quote. Listen, let me tell you something. These people got a whole lot of nerve, because how you gonna take a photograph of me and then tell me that I can't use my image to make money? However, you can make money off of my image, which I did not give you permission to take. I mean, really think about it. If somebody took a picture of you and then told you that you couldn't use the picture of you because they owned the picture of you, and then they sued you for using the picture of you, what would you do? I mean, that is absolutely bananas. I mean, I understand that there are copyright laws, but I also believe in common decency and mutual respect. And I think that what this chick is doing to Cameron is mad disrespectful. Listen, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that this photographer is right to sue Cameron? Or do you think This chick's being mad disrespectful, because if it wasn't for him in a pink fit, there wouldn't be a pic. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.